Let's head to South Africa now. This is where we'll draw the curtains. But first, let's welcome Matt Kindiger joining us for the program. Man, Matt is looking at South Africa. This week hasn't been very good. We saw that PMI down below the 50 benchmark. We also saw that the rand also dwindled there. A lot of blows coming on South Africa at this time. Matt, where are these shocks coming from?
So unfortunately, South Africa's economy is facing a number of challenges at the moment. So really the big issue at the moment is power cuts and also infrastructure disruption. What we are seeing is investors becoming increasingly anxious about the outlook for the South African economy, especially when you look at the rand. Although the rand has gained a bit of territory against major currencies since it reached a record low in May this year, investors are worried about the fact that the outlook for the economy is a bit weaker, power shortages are getting a bit worse, but also that, for example, the US Fed has raised interest rates and the South African Reserve Bank decided to keep interest rates unchanged at its last monetary policy committee meeting. So a lot of investors are a little bit anxious about what the outlook is for the South African economy. And we're not seeing significant changes in terms of how the government is tackling some of the challenges the country is facing.
Yeah, one area I believe that South Africans are looking forward to a change is the power shortages. Any hope there?
So in terms of power shortages, unfortunately, no, we're not particularly optimistic in terms of the outlook for power availability in South Africa. There was a bit of a reprieve at the start of the winter in June because of a mild winter, and that put less pressure on the grid. But the outlook is not great. When we put Eskom's performance into context, it's worth remembering that in May, on a 12-month rolling average basis, output in South Africa from Eskom was at the lowest level it's been since September 2000, so a 23-year low. And the decline in Eskom output has been accelerating. So we are expecting power shortages probably to get a bit worse before they get better. And this will weigh on the country's growth outlook. We do expect the private sector, especially wealthier households and also manufacturers, industries, to invest in power backup power, so for example generators and solar PV and inverters. But really, if companies are waiting for Eskom to solve the problems of power shortages, they're going to be disappointed. And one of the main reasons is because we're not seeing a large-scale investment announced today for major power stations. So really, we need to be seeing much bigger new power stations being constructed to solve the problem in the next couple of years. And this is not happening at the moment. So certainly it's going to be quite a difficult period for electricity availability.
All right, Matt, looks like South Africans, we need some tips from in Nigeria. We don't depend largely on the government anymore. We found a way around this. But Matt, we have to draw the curtains there. Thank you so much for the perspective looking at the South African rail sector and the economy.
Great. Thanks very much.